Hi, Lee here, Harry Lee. Yep. So, I wanted to expand a bit on my introduction. So, as I say, I'm English, lived, born and bred in Bromley, which is south of London. I used to live what would take me about half an hour from my household door to the centre of London, Leicester Square, in half an hour. Yeah, I was that close to London. So very much feel like a Londoner. Um, yeah. What do you think of the beard? Some people love it, some people hate it. I like it, so it's staying. I've got long hair as well, but it swamps my face, and I don't want to scare you folks off just yet. Um, yeah. So this channel, well, back back when COVID was going to happen, I decided I was going to take up some new hobbies. I knew COVID was going to be weird, and that was something I wanted to get ahead of because I knew sometimes I don't cope well with things like change. So I decided to take up two new hobbies. One was playing musical instruments, which didn't stick. I don't like a lot of noise around me, so why would I produce my own noise? Um, and making cardboard spaceships, models out of cardboard. Yeah, and I found some folks online who put up videos of how to. Shout out, credited to the Star Wars franchise, because my first models were Millennium Falcon and the Death Star, the second Death Star. I don't keep my models. Once I've finished it, once I've achieved something I've wanted to learn, I get rid of the model. I dispose of it, I throw it away, burn it, whatever. Um, yeah. I understand why I did it, but it's possibly not the best response. Um, so this new model that I want to make, I want to base it off the Millennium Falcon superstructure, that look, but I want to change it. I want to change it so that when I look at it, I can see that there is a homage to the original form, but also this is very different. The reason for that is that I have to learn some new things. If I change it, then there isn't a template of how to make it, and that is really good for me, because then I have to work out how to do this thing. Right now I don't know how to. Once I work on it step by step, eventually I'll get to where I want. So what I'm going to do with you folks is I'll live stream me sat with a pencil and paper and pens, and at some point I'll do a video showing you all my tools and things I've collected over the last couple of years, and we'll design the ship, we'll design the process. If you've got ideas or things you'd like me to put into the model, let me know. I'm quite happy to take advice and suggestions, and to be honest, this will be a lot more fun if there is collaboration in there. If people are saying, "Oh, I'll add this to the ship, and maybe add this function, or look at another spaceship and try and combine the two," whatever. Really, no, I don't know how to do it now. Yes, over time I'll be able to work it out, and that's great. The second thing I wanted to talk about is the mental health aspect. I don't want this to put people off. I want to be real with you folks. Ever since I was very small being sort of like 8 years old, I remember looking down on myself from outside my body. Now it sounds a bit like some weird spiritual thing, but I don't think it really was. And in that way I didn't feel connected to what was going on around my body and my person at that time. It meant very hard for me to make friends. It was hard for me to appreciate that other people really even there. Whether they thought the same as me or not was really not something I'd thought about too much. Not at that age anyway. I remember at the age of 16 I was doing a job working in a factory, and it's a very vivid image for me. I was up on a gantry looking over what I think were printing machines, but they were kind of curved. I can remember in the image in my mind this black curved structure, and I'm looking at the rails that I'm leaning against are black. And I was 16 and I was thinking, I got to do this. I've got to do the work thing for the next 50 years. And I was like, oh man. The thing that drives most people, I've found, is the basic need: eat, sleep, safety, security. Fine, I like those things, but I don't need them. So I've also, other people seem to want to have things, and I don't understand it. When I was 17, my mother offered to get me to teach me to drive. I said no. Public transport where we were living was amazing. I said, why would I want to learn to drive a car? I can't pay for the car. I don't have a job that would pay for a car. I don't have anywhere really to drive. So I said no. And I think she couldn't understand that, and to this day I think she still struggles with that a little. I'm not someone who wants a big house. I'm not someone who wants lots of expensive things. Clothes aren't really that much of a bother for me. If I'm going to go and see people, I want to be clean and tidy as much as you can with this. My Wookiee. But so the rat race never really interested me. I'll work and do the jobs. I mean, that's been more of a struggle recently than it probably ever has, but that's another issue. I was diagnosed at the age of 40 with a thing called autism. At the time it was called the Asperger's spectrum. Asperger's syndrome, sorry. No, it's the autistic spectrum, Asperger's syndrome. For me, Asperger's manifests as me being overwhelmed, neighbours coming in, as me being overwhelmed by things. When I sit, when I'm in a, sorry, I'm distracted by my neighbour. Bright lights, or lights at all, actually, so definitely daylight, noises, small noises houses make, noises of cars going by, being touched unexpectedly, and not by people that I don't like, by loved ones, unfortunately. Even animals, even our pets, and the sudden movements that people make. Every time one of these happens, my mind reads it as a jump scare from the movies. You know, those sudden loud music, big bang, face appears, scary moment. Yeah, every time I'm exposed to any of those, I experience it as a jump scare. Now, if a movie was jump scare after jump scare after jump scare after jump scare, eventually you'd get annoyed, but you get exhausted because you can't desensitize yourself to them, because they're a jump scare. You know they're coming, but you don't know exactly when. So I tend to spend most of my time, most of my days, in the dark, in the cellar in our house, in silence, alone, and sometimes I'll let our cats come down and see me, sometimes I don't. And in that way, I'm not being jump scared. I'm not being overwhelmed. People call it overwhelmed. What it means for me, being overwhelmed, is like 5 jump scares in a row, unexpected. It's not a complaint. I am who I am. I don't like that I have this mental health issue. There's always been this phantom of the me I could have been if I didn't have these issues, but if I didn't have the condition that I have, I wouldn't be me, and I wouldn't be able to say that I am who I am. Is there shame in my heart of having autism? A little, yeah. But only really when I refer it to other people, because other people are thinking, and I know this because I ask often enough, why doesn't he work? What does he do for a living? He's a bum. Depression is part of it, for sure. Depression is a big part of it. We're going out tonight, karaoke, which is great because I love those people. And I've had a problem with recent churches locally, and they just weren't my people. I'm a Christian, but these people at the karaoke are my people. That's just the way it is. Yeah, that might annoy some people that I've said that, but whatever. It's my video. I'll do what I like. What have I got in my life that I'm happy about? Well, I have my health. I'm a big guy, I'm fat, but I have my health. I don't have aches and pains like other people seem to. I'm in contact with my stepdaughter's children, the 2. They are wonderful. I'm not going to say much more of them because of privacy, but yeah, great. I'm grateful that I have this opportunity to express how my life has gone with all the things that are going on, and to show that even though life can be unpleasant, there are still things that you can do to make it better. The struggle is often that my brain doesn't want to make it better. My brain wants to not do anything. But if I push myself, I can make it better. So these videos, these chats, I'll try and have them more often as I can. The model making. Yeah. This is one of us, and when I say one of us, I'm suspecting a lot of you will know exactly what I mean. This is one of us saying, I'm not going to let it beat me all the time. I let it beat me quite a lot, but not all the time. And what's going to happen now is that making the models and these conversations will encourage me to do more outgoing stuff. And hopefully I can encourage other people to pick up their own quest, for want of a better word, to find out what it is they'd like to do creatively or whatever. I'm not saying that people want to be on America's Got Talent or something. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something that you can do in your time, away from other people if need be, and it's something that you are doing to help you. I'm going to sign off now. That's 15 minutes. You have a good day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye, family.